Today we're going to do some mobility drills. This is something that I do pretty much on a daily basis, and I really like to do this before a workout. But aside from that, you can do these drills anytime throughout the day, in the morning when you first wake up, just to get things moving, loosen up your joints, and make sure everything's feeling good and moving right. So again, this is Under 10 Fitness. Be sure to like and subscribe for daily workouts. So we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up here. So we're going to start with the ankles. So for these ankle mobility drills, and really for all of them, just think about you're trying to find some movement in the joint. So we're going to start with the left foot here. Put it out in front of you, so you're going to stagger your stance a little bit. And then you just want to twist that foot in. So push your toes in, and then from here, you're going to have a flat foot, flat on the ground. And then you just want to slowly and gently rock that foot out. So you're just finding some movement in your ankle joint there. So you're going to do 3 to 5 rotations there. Okay? Then you can switch to the other foot. So right foot, again, twist the toes in, flat foot on the ground, and then roll out here on the side of your foot, and then back in. Okay? 3 to 5 times there. Okay? Perfect. Now we're just going to plant the foot here. So the balls of your feet or your toes you want to just put on the ground, and then you just want to find some circles here, some light ankle circles. So I'm not driving my toes into the ground. They're just kind of resting there, and then I'm finding some space there. I'm going to flip to the other side. I'm going to do that again 3 to 5 times there. Just rolling the ankle around. Okay. Now what we can also do is roll our foot in. Okay. So left foot forward, stagger that stance a little bit, and then you're just going to rotate in a little bit and find some movement there. 5. All right. Switch to the other side. Same thing. Rolling it in. Now the nice thing about this is that it's just giving you, some flexibility, some movement in your ankle. It's going to help you feel better and move better. So that's a little bit on the ankles. Now we will take it to another level in the future, but this is a good starting point here. So then I'm just going to do the same thing with the knees. So here I'm going to put my feet about a little less than hip width apart. And then I just want to find some knee circles here. So I'm going to break the knee and bend it around. Now I'm not breaking the knee, but I'm going to break the bend in the knee, right? So I'm just bending the knee here and going in little circles, keeping the feet flat on the ground. You will have to rotate your ankles a little bit as you move in here. Stop there and then go back the other way. Little circles here, 3 to 5 little circles in the knee. Nice. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to stagger our stance here. So I'm going to put the left foot forward, right foot back. Now I don't want too big of a stance. I just want a little staggered stance here because I want my feet flat on the ground, but then I also want to be able to create these circles here without my feet coming up off the ground, okay? So I'm just doing these little circles here. I kind of get back to a locked position, breaking the knee, rotate, back to the starting position. Breaking the knee, rotate back to the starting position. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go the opposite direction. All right. Nice. And now we're going to switch positions here. So we're going to put the right foot forward, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to do these little knee circles here. They don't have to be huge circles, just little circles. Again, finding movement in the joint, loosening everything up, prepping our body for movement. So this is a great thing to do anytime throughout the day. You can do these exercises pretty much all day, every day. They're not strenuous, they're not stressful. I do them in the morning, and then I do them throughout the day. So now we're going to move up to the hips here. So we're just going to find some space here. We're just going to tilt our hips back and forth. So we're doing a posterior and an anterior pelvic tilt, and so we're just rocking them back and forth. So think about sticking your butt out and then pulling it back in, okay? It's the same thing. You can think about the opposite side, pulling your belly in or sticking your belly out, right? So however you want to think about it, just find some movement in the hips here, okay? We're going to do that, 5, 6 times. There's no set number. You just want to do it enough to where you feel loose and things are moving good, okay? And then from here, so I'll show you this way because it's easier to see. We're going to start moving on the hips here on the sides here. So basically what you're doing is you're just kind of stepping up on the ball of your foot, so lifting your heel up off the ground. You don't want to bend your knee too much though, because you want to find movement in the hip here. So let's do the other side, and we're just going to alternate sides here. And you're just rocking that hip joint up. Oh yeah, that feels really good. Now we're going to have a little bit of fun. And we're going to put those two movements together. So we're going to do the tilt together and we're going to do the raise. So you're going to be making somewhat of a circle. So raise on this side, tilt back, then switch it to the other side, raise, and then tilt forward, and then tilt up, and then tilt forward, and see if you can make circles. And then go the other way. And you just want to play with this space here and just find some circles in your hips there, just to loosen everything up and prep you for movement. Good. All right, so now we want to do some spine glides. So this is for your thoracic spine up here. And what you're going to do is, using your finger, you're going to think about wrapping your spine around your fingers as you're pushing into your chest. So first start here, big puffy chest, stand up nice and tall with your fingers, with your hand here as a point of reference. Push into your chest and think about wrapping your spine around your fingers, okay? And so what we're doing is finding movement in the thoracic, the upper part of your spine here, wrapping around your fingers. In when you puff out, out when you wrap around. Try it without your fingers here and just see, focus on that part of your spine. One more time. And again, you can do this as much as needed. All right? Now we're going to go on to the shoulders here. So these are just figure eights with your shoulder here. So put your arm straight out in front of you. Start with your right side here, and then draw a big 8. We're going to go 3 or 4 8s in this direction. We're going to stop, and we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to alternate that direction there. Okay? And we're going to do that same thing with the left arm. And we're finding movement in the shoulder here, right? So you can put your hand on your shoulder to make sure you're moving that joint there. 3 to 5 circles there. All right. Then on the right side, same thing. We're drawing an 8. Pretend there's a piece of paper over there and you're drawing a figure 8 or an infinity sign on that piece of paper over there. 3 to 5 figures in one direction, stop, and then go the opposite direction. Now let's switch arms here. Stop and go the opposite direction. And now we're going to do that same thing above our head. So arms straight up, figure 8s here. Now these ones aren't going to be as big because there's not as much movement in this shoulder there. I have a slight bend in my elbow, not a huge bend, and then you stop and go the opposite direction. Just getting some movement in that shoulder. Oh, it feels good. Left side, if that wasn't obvious, switch over there, and then go the opposite direction there. Drawing your figure 8s. There we go. And now we're going to do the same thing with your wrists. So I just hold these out and I just kind of draw these little figure 8s here. I'm going to stop and go the opposite direction. Leading with my pinkies there. All right, shake that out a little bit. And then, you know, those are really the main things that I do. So this is a good warm-up that you can do pretty much before any workout. So your shoulders are warmed up, your hips are warmed up, your ankles are prepped, your knees are good. So now you're kind of ready to move into space here. And then at this point, do anything else that you would like to do that you normally do for warming up. But that's my joint mobility drill that I do for my ankles, my knees, my hips, and my shoulders and my spine. So hopefully that was helpful. Now you can take it to a workout. Feel free to check out some of the videos on the channel. Also like and subscribe for daily workouts. My name is Drew. As always, remember, stay motivated.